So this was hard to narrow down my 7 secondhand favorite home decor items and share it with you guys, especially when I want to say 75% of my place is secondhand. But I love seeing when people share their favorite items in their house, so I'm going to do that today, and I really feel like you guys are in for a treat. I found this in a secondhand store in Pasadena, and the moment I saw it, I saw the price and I just knew right away that I had to buy it. I went inside the store and I asked the guy, "Hey, is this sold?" He said no, and he actually sold it to me for $100. And even better than what I wanted to originally buy it for. It's not perfect. The two screens are not connected, and I just haven't gotten around to putting some wood putty and creating new holes in it. And also, the great thing about this is that it is reversible. So there's another side that's black, and I just love this. I just love all of the ornate details on it. I prefer the black side because I do have a bar cabinet that looks very similar to this. So I didn't want to have two of the same thing. So that's why I preferred the black side. I love secondhand shopping just because it's so serendipitous. It just feels like you have to be at the right place at the right time to find the thing that you know you want. I just really got lucky and I'm so happy that I have it. So I get a lot of questions about this couch. It is probably my one of my most asked about. It's a mustard orange color with deep orange velvet stripes. It's a mid-century couch. It sits quite low. I'm pretty sure it's from the 70s. I tend to like a couch that has a really good shape and then I will reupholster it. But for this one, I was so much attracted to the color of the fabric. So I decided to keep it and not change it out. It definitely is old. It's lived in. I like the fact that it brings a boldness into my living room. It's punchy. It's colorful. It's energetic, but then it's also cozy at the same time. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace, and hopefully I can pass this couch along to someone who can extend its life too. But yeah, I absolutely love this couch. I love that I could add pattern to the couch. I love that I could bring in a bright cobalt blue rug into my space, and it's still cozy, but still has color and personality. I love it. I've been furniture shopping secondhand going on 8 years at this point, and this was my first time buying something that I didn't need solely for a utilitarian purpose. No, that's not true. This is my first time buying a furniture piece I knew that I needed and I wanted it to add beauty to my space. I saw this at a Habitat for Humanity in Oakland a few years ago, and I didn't know how exactly I was going to get it home, but I knew that I had to get it. I don't know. I feel like this is a steal. I bought this for $130. My friend's father was in town and he happened to have an SUV and he helped me get it home. Like I said, sometimes you can't think too much. You just gotta take an action if you want it or not, and everything will work itself out. So I got this dresser mainly because I love its Art Deco. It's all wood. I love the two-tone wood color. And I also love this brass detail that's on the handles. I don't know, they just don't make things like this anymore. And if they do, the quality doesn't feel good. It's so old that there's no safety mechanism on the drawer. So when I pull it out, I have to be careful not to pull it out all the way or it will fall. But I still love that because it is solid wood, and dressers, I don't know, dressers these days, if they are solid wood, they're very expensive. But then also, even if they do create this style, the wood's just not the same. I don't know, it's just not the same. But anyways, this is another favorite of mine that I'm also very lucky that I own. I love music so much, and I'm sure a lot of you too love music a lot. And I grew up always having music at home or music on the way to school or just music at parties, and it's just a huge part of how I identify myself creatively. And one of my favorites that I want to share with you is a Stevie Wonder album called Songs in a Key of Life. This is one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. It is a sonic journey. It feels very, in some ways, gospel like. Just the harmonies, the melodies, the layering, the instrument. I bought this record on eBay, probably one of my favorite secondhand purchases ever. Another thing that I love about this is the gatefold. I just think it's so cool. It's just so psychedelic, so reminiscent. I mean, I wasn't born or around in the 70s, but it just feels like a time capsule. And the music on this album is timeless, from songs like Knocks Me Off My Feet, as this comes with a lyric book. So as you're listening to the songs, you can sing along as you're listening to the record, which I just think is such a great design and it's a great experience for the listeners. So this is my office chair. It also happens to be one of my favorite secondhand finds. I bought this chair off Facebook Marketplace, but when I got it, this actual seat condition was really, really bad. So I had to find someone to reupholster it. And at some points, I felt like really giving up on finding a reupholster because it was so difficult to find someone who could do this chair. The chair is from the 70s. They still make new ones, but I think they cost like $1,000 plus. And I was able to buy this off of Facebook Marketplace for $100. Obviously, materials and labor costs of getting it reupholstered definitely made the chair more expensive, but I still saved so much more money than buying it brand new. And I was also able to personalize it to my own taste by choosing the fabric that I wanted. Whereas the online options, I think you have to choose what they make available to you. Also, this chair is so comfortable. So comfortable. I have quite a few coffee books around my place. However, this is probably one of my favorite coffee books. It's called The Art of Arranging Flowers, A Complete Guide to Japanese Ikebana. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but the book is just lovely. It's not only just a wonderful book to learn from, but it's also a beautiful book to display in your home because it shows different beautiful floral arrangements that are like out of this world. It's almost like gravity defying, which I just think it's so cool. As you flip through the book, obviously you're learning about different arrangement styles, but then you're also seeing finished masterpieces. What I love about the book is that the tutorial or how it's explaining things to you is in black and white, but then they'll show you the finished pieces in colored photography. And the colored photography, you could actually take it out of the book because it's not printed on the book, it's pasted. So I just think that's lovely. I feel like if you love secondhand home decor items, you just end up having a real affinity towards glassware. Maybe I'm making this up. I don't know. I love glassware, so maybe I'm saying that everyone else loves glassware. But this is one of my favorites. I bought this 4 years ago in Lawrenceville, Georgia. The name of the store is called Antique Alley. It's a huge space and they rent each section to a seller, and the seller then curates the space with objects that they want to sell. In Los Angeles, there's one in Whittier called King Richard's Antique, and I also got these really cute coupe glasses from there. This is something I love, but it's not one of my favorites that I want to share with you guys in this video. I bought this whole entire set for either $20 or $16. I absolutely love glassware. Obviously, how much glasses can one person really own? I try to be very mindful and not get too much glassware, but it's so easy to get wrapped up in glassware, especially at thrift stores, because there's so much of it and there's so many beautiful ones that are out there. And I just love how it looks. I just love that it's a gradient from the top to the bottom. I love the affordance of how you can hold it in your hand. And there's like this round bubble so that way you can grip it easier. I would assume that this would have been what people in the 60s, because I'm assuming this design is mid-century, people in the 60s who were very fancy were using this to host parties. I'm sure at one point maybe these were mass produced, but the fact that I was able to go to a secondhand store and immediately be gravitated towards these items, it teaches me a little bit more about what my personal style is. You tend to end up liking something the more frequently you see it, even if initially you didn't like it. So that's why I really love secondhand shopping, because they probably were once trendy, but now that they're not popular anymore, I can really decide whether I like it and not because it's being shoved into my face all the time. So that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I am very curious as to what is your favorite object in your home, or just your favorite find in general, whether it's at a thrift store or even a big box store, and tell me why. All right, so I will catch you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.